Well, greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back once again, or for the very first time, to the Farts and Crep Show. It's your host, Anjo, here, and we've got part 14 of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the Person Revisited for you all, and hope you guys are doing great. To answer the pressing question, to those of you who remember part 13, if it's still fresh in your mind, yes, I took a massive piss and also sharded. And holy crap, do I feel better. Okay, so a few things I want to do. One is go see McDuff real quick. Because there's something I want him to make for us. And by make, I mean infuse. Because infusion is awesome. And is going to be very helpful for an upcoming boss.
I ought to fetch a new ember. Flame, dear flame.
Yeah, he's just blowing smoke. He doesn't need a new ember. We don't have souls. We need souls. I also should have burned this in the Farfire. I did not because I was distracted. Can use one of these. 5 grand? Wow. Cool.
I ought to.
Yeah, I'll talk again. Infuse our broadsword with the bolt stone that I picked up. Alternatively, other favorites of mine are kind of just these top 4. Faint Stone, Fire Drake Stone, and Dark Knight Stone. We also have some Fire Drake Stone, so I might use that pretty soon. And actually, for the upcoming boss, I might use something different. We did get the Black Knight Halberd, but we don't have the stats to use it. And as far as hammers go, we got the Morning Star and the Blacksmith's Hammer, which is a pretty good choice, honestly. It's a pretty decent hammer, low equip requirements. And 100 and 100, and I believe it only requires regular Titanite, if I remember correctly. Correct, yes. That would be improving a whole second weapon, though, and a weapon I'm not as big a fan of. I mean, hammers are okay. They're pretty good. Respectable poise reduction. Like, some of them are just pretty decent in general. I would have to buy more regular Titanite, which I mean we could do, but getting this to a respectable level would be a little bit challenging, sort of ish. Let me see what the scaling changes to on that weapon. C and C. really isn't that bad. Trying to think of like all the bosses and stuff we have yet to do. Honestly, getting Dark Knight Stone or Faint Stone, waiting for one of those for the sword would probably be a better move. I mean, fire is decently effective on like kind of everything. So is lightning. Like, there's really not that many enemies that are resistant to it. So if I were to do that for the main weapon, I feel like that would be better. The problem is the damage type as well. Like for enemies where lightning is much more effective, strike type damage is more effective as well. So I feel like putting the bolt stone on a hammer would be better. Especially a hammer that we can use. It's just, yeah, getting it to a respectable level would prove to be not as much challenging as tedious and expensive. Whereas the sword, I think even if it's lightning, we could also add dark damage to it on the sword. And then a lightning sword with dark weapon would basically be effective on everything. It like wouldn't be super good on a lot of stuff, but it would be respectable. And it would be good to have a secondary weapon type ready to go. I also don't have like thrust weapons at all. Again, using Fire Drake Stone on the sword might be a good option. I was trying to think when that would be applicable. Like, most of the time that would be applicable. Yeah, it's just also getting something to a +8. Like, I mean, right now, I need, what, 2 more Titanite chunks? And I can get this to a +9, and I already have a Titanite slab. So getting that +10 would be, like, super easy. It's at 216 already? And splitting the damage wouldn't be the worst. So we have 3 large Titanite shards. Shit. Decisions. Okay, if I have 3 large Titanite shards, that means I could get it to +5, I think, on the blacksmith's hammer. Which isn't bad, and then I'd have to buy 3 more, which would be 7,500 to get it to a +6. I think we'll be fine just changing the infusion on the broadsword instead of bringing a whole nother weapon up to par. So you know what, let's go ahead and try that. Because I'd rather spend those souls on like items that we could really use. Weapons, spells, levels, that whole thing. So let's do this. Because if I... Yeah. Plus then it's a B instead of a C, which it would be on the other hammer. And like, honestly, it's going to be the lightning damage doing most of the damage. And 151 is quite respectable. So I'm just going to do that. And then reinforce it with... No, we need chunks. 2 chunks. That's fine. I could raise the gauntlets and the leggings that I'm using. Each by 1, which would not be a terrible idea. You know, yeah, let's do that. Yeah. He's got an infinite supply of heavy bolts, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to buy 11 of those. Why not? And then a wonderful thing happened. Why not? That was a terrible Zoidberg. It's from one of the Valentine's Day episodes of Futurama. Probably the best one, actually. So now we're at 67.2. Total damage output, we're at like 344. Okay. $234. 57. Let's try this out. Also put dark damage on it. First off, that looks pretty cool. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good. Should I attempt it? Should I go for the... I don't know which one to do first. They're both so risky. Oh, geez. I'm just gonna let that go. Okay. I don't want that to explode next to me, because exploding barrels do a ton of damage. They can kill you, so... Okay, so here's my process. In the Iron Keep, we're basically only have the old one to defeat. Here in the Lost Bastille, I have one tricky boss, and after that, we basically can go straight to the old one. There's the one place I haven't gone, which is down the well in Majula, and there's an old one down there. And in Brightstone Cove, there's an old one there, upon which defeating it, we will also get another reward that is very good for Man Scorpion Tark, which I mentioned in the last episode. And those are all 4. However, before doing the Iron Keep boss, I want to get a spell from Rosabeth. That's pyromancy, and we can't use pyromancy because we don't have a pyromancer's flame, and the only one we can get without going through No Man's Wharf is down the well in Majula. And that one's really easy to grab if you can get there without dying. But it's a necessary place to go anyway. It's not going out of the way like No Man's Wharf. Another option is to take care of the boss here in the Lost Bastille first, which is not a bad option, because then we can free Strayed. Strayed has some really good spells, and he's kind of just like a cool homie in general. Going through Brightstone Cove doesn't have as many benefits right now, which is why it's kind of the lowest on my list. There is one really good staff there, but it requires 50 intelligence, and it requires Twinkling Titanite to upgrade. So again, at the bottom of the list. However, beating the boss there will get us a good ring. So there's a plus there as well, but it's still at the bottom of my list. So this one's off the table until I go down the well. And what was the fourth one? Oh, here in the Lost Bastille is the last one, which isn't a bad idea. However, I've been putting it off because going down the well is risky, and sometimes it's very easy to screw it up. However, I just took a piss. I'm feeling pretty confident, feeling loose, feeling good. So I think it's time. And again, if you're unsure about it, by all means, pay Gilligan for the nice ladder, 12,000. I know it's expensive, but it's kind of worth it. Kinda. And Chloanne doesn't have Titanite chunks yet.
You've been well.
I don't think. No, she still has regular Titanite.
No interest.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Because we haven't defeated a single old one yet. However, I do need to burn a Sublime Bone Dust, which will increase the power of the Estus Flask. And going down the well, there is another Sublime Bone Dust we can grab. So that's another point for going down the well. Also, I can buy 2 more life gems real quick.
Take these if you want them.
Nice. Finally spent enough. Yeah, so that covetous Silver Serpent Ring +1 is going to come in handy. Maybe not right now, but soon. Soon. Still gonna equip the Life Ring +1 probably. Or, no, the Ring of Steel Protection will be more helpful here. Um, yeah. Alright. It's time to do the risky. And you want to be very careful with this by lining up your falls. Basically, yeah, if you've played Bloodborne, it's another falling puzzle. Like, honestly, if you've played any Dark Souls game, they're real big fans of these for some reason. Or Armored Core, actually. They also did this back in the Armored Core days. So you just want to line it up. Boop. And yeah, fall control will basically just negate any damage within a certain amount. So just line it up. Get a free Pharos Lockstone, very good. And the next item is right there below us. However, I don't recall if that's the one that we want. I think that's the one that we want though. Poison Moss 3, cool. And there's also a door that you can kind of see the frame right there. We don't have the key for it yet though. You just want to walk right off here. And if you think the time is running out on the fall control spell, just wait for it to run out or just recast it, either one. It's this one I'm always nervous about, because this one requires kind of a finicky thing here. But if you line the corners here, as you can see, kind of the let's grab that pointer again. The corner of kind of your head with the corner here, it kind of tapers off. Like the corner of this. Like this is the platform we're going for, so it kind of like is shaped like that. And you want to have like these corners lined up, basically. Because once you do that, cast fall control again. And you want to make sure you like tilt the stick, but also only when you're in midair, like completely let go of it. Like just, and that way you'll make sure you don't roll when you land. You'll just like stop. See? And then, yeah, it's like that. And it depends on your momentum as well. So it's better to walk, not run. Because if you're running, then yeah, you might not get it here. For this one, you just want to walk right off. Again. Ah, crap. I hate it when that happens. Carefully nudge in case you land on the door frame. Get the homeward bone. And there was one other door above us, like further up in the falling puzzle. That is a completely separate PvP area, which is for the Rat Covenant. So if you don't care about becoming part of the Rat Covenant, just ignore that. And for this particular one, I pretty frequently screw up getting this crystal lizard. That one right there. But because it's hard to see, but it's like on a down slope right now. And so even though you can see him, it's a very hard shot to make. I find it's a little easier if you just run right up to him and then kind of start using Dark Orb. Like so. Then you should be able to get him before... Oh shit, the item fell. Damn it. in a New Game Plus, there would be dudes down there trying to kill you. And right there, you can see is an enemy type that likes to run straight up to you and explode. So if you don't want to deal with that, which I highly recommend you not deal with that, I think it's possible to snipe them with soul arrows from here. Yeah. And then that should trigger the second one. If we're lucky. Because I believe there's a total of 3 of them. Okay. And yeah, it's also pretty easy to cross this bridge. You do have to jump that gap though. But again, if you have fall control, definitely use that because falling from this height will damage your character. And just kind of line it up. Run, hop, roll, hit it just to be sure, especially if you're on New Game Plus 1 or 2 or whatever. Because some regular chests become mimics, and it kind of sucks. It's also, I think, technically possible to get that from here, but you're supposed to get that by falling from up there. It's a different falling puzzle, and I'm not going to get into it right now. The one we're looking out for is over behind me right now. That should trigger him to come out. There we go. Yeah, you definitely don't want to let them explode on their own. And that's all of them. Cool. Charcoal pine resin, I believe, adds fire damage to your right equipped thing. Oh, we got a Dark Knight stone. Cool. And 2 regular Titanite and a large Titanite. Cool. So once I'm done using this broadsword as a lightning broadsword, and we got a Great Heal, which is a miracle I'm probably never going to use. I can re-infuse this sword to be a dark damaging weapon. And this guy right here is guarding, as you've probably guessed it, a metal chest with sublime bone dust. So that will bring our Estus Flask to a +4. 4, yes. Quite beneficial. And we're almost at half an hour, so we don't have a whole lot of time left. And we're mostly out of the woods at this point. Like, there's still a few more dangerous things to go, but I gotta pick up the pace if we're gonna actually get to the goal. Did I skip the weapon item? No? Okay. There's quite a few items on the way down here, and just in case you miss a jump, I mean, you can just take ladders, like whatever. Oh, there it is. Alright, Fury Human Effigy, cool. And up there I don't believe is anything, so I'll just go ahead and walk off the thing here and grab that. Then we'll take this down. Grab that. Get a free Radiant Life Gem, always good to have those. And just gonna do this all careful like. And this should be the last one, so I'm just going to walk off here. Yep. And there should be a chest in here. It is dark down here. We don't have cast light yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and use one of the flame butterflies that I have so you guys can see what I'm doing. And there it is. And it's real. It's a token of spite. Definitely not going to use that, but whatever. And we just want to follow the path here, take these things out because they will try to poison you. And yeah, they each like spit these little like toxic balls or whatever. Yeah, and as you can see, that mostly filled up the poison gauge. So, and yes, this place is known as the Gutter. Somewhat ironically, because this place is kind of the pits. Having fall control might be more helpful, but I'm just gonna do it this way. And some of these will break, some of these will not. Sometimes you can like check out which one's gonna break. And I don't know if I need fall control for this or not. I don't think we do, but I could be wrong. So, is it here? This is where many a no-death run have been absolutely ruined. So I'm gonna do it like so. I think I can see it actually. Yeah, it's right below me. Okay. Shit. I don't remember. This is kind of a critical juncture. So how about this, folks? I'm gonna get going for now. I hate to do this. I really hate to do this. I thought the thing was supposed to break when you're on the right spot. I thought it was like kind of in the middle. Am I wrong? Did it already break because is it right here? Sucks. This really sucks. Alright. I'm doing this leap of faith style. Okay, it's right there, as you can see. It's quite literally right below me. Okay, that broke. But as you can see, there is a bonfire like right under me. There we go. And we got it. I'm walking on sunshine, quite literally. Cool. Anyway, if you're not using a torch, it is like pitch black to do what I just did. So I highly recommend using a torch. And yes, this whole area, I hate this part of the game because it always seems like you can fall through the floor. But honestly, you only fall through the floor at like predetermined points. And it's like but like items and stuff can fall through the floor sometimes. So it's not great. Um, but yeah, so for this next part, I highly recommend kind of following where I go, like where I'm stepping and all that, like almost exactly for what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, this one's known as the upper gutter. Um, there is a lot of the gutter I'm going to be ignoring because, again, trying to play this very carefully. And there's like, aside from one key item that we're going to be grabbing, yeah, I highly recommend doing like just the required path to get through here. Um, but yeah, thank you all for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys had a good time. And of course, gotta thank, because of their awesomeness, um, the Farts and Crap Show members, Old Cranky Gamer and Devel Straconis. Thank you guys so much for checking out that join button down below, choosing to support the show a bit more directly. Greatly helps out. And yeah, until the next time, take care, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.